What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Alpha Vault. This is Jeff Sokol, the founder of SWAT Trade. So, what I want to talk about is the ability and the opportunity that you have to become a trader. With trading, there is no. Let me turn this down here for a second because I always get distracted by the violins and Vivaldi. Okay, so the opportunity that we have, okay, as traders is, oh my gosh, it is far beyond anything that we've ever seen in the world of work from home or business opportunities or any of that stuff. What we see here is the ability to not have to make sales, the ability to live your life on your terms as you see fit, where you see fit, when you see fit. And if any of you have been following me for any period of time, you know that we've lived in Puerto Rico, we've lived in the mountains of Montana, of Colorado. We're right now in the mountains of Appalachia in North Carolina. We are considering going back to Puerto Rico for a few months, and why? Because we got a lot of friends there. And, we have a lot of friends in Montana, and we have friends all over the place, and we just aren't bound geographically. That's the biggest thing. We aren't bound geographically. So our lifestyle depends on where we feel like being at the time. Um, our kids have a lot of friends in Puerto Rico, and so if we want to, when we want to, we just pick up and go. And when we're over there, we might say, "Hey, we want to go to St. Thomas, or we want to go to St. John, or we want to go to St. Martin," and we just jump on a boat or a little plane and go. You know, we don't have to be anywhere. We can just be wherever we feel like being. Okay. And that's the beauty of this. And not only that, there's no amount of time that I'm limited to for staying anywhere because I can always get back on the computer, open it up, and trade. And then when I trade, money comes in. And when money comes in, that's when I can go and get it back out. Okay. So we trade with prop firms. Now, what most people don't understand about trading is that they think that you have to spend your own money or risk your own capital to trade. I tell you what, nothing could be further from the truth. We have the ability to prove that we know how to trade. We talk to our partner firm, and once we prove to them that we know how to trade or that our clients know how to trade, they will put up to $750,000 in a client's name at a brokerage account and give my clients access to it so they can trade it and get to keep 90% of the profits. That's huge. That's huge. So when we look at the opportunity before us, I want you to understand something. This is a life skill. That's it. It's a life skill. And when we talk about the Alpha Vault, what are we doing here at the Alpha Vault? The Alpha Vault is not only to help you acquire this life skill and to promote this life skill, it's to promote this for generations. Okay? It's to promote this for a long period of time. I want you to think to yourself, what would it look like? What if you could wake up every single morning and knowing that your time, your income, your future are completely in your hands? No boss to answer to, no clients to please, no exhausting work days that just leave you absolutely drained. None of that. Just you, your skill, and the ability to generate wealth whenever you decide. This is the life-changing opportunity that trading presents, and it's the key to the freedom you've always wanted. Trading isn't just a career choice. It's a life skill, one that gives you 100% control over your financial future. Unlike a job where your income is dictated by hours worked or decisions made by someone else that couldn't care less about you, Trading allows you to create wealth and income on demand. I'm going to repeat that. Create income on demand. Imagine logging into your account, analyzing the market, and within 15 minutes, you can make a trade that will can profit you like $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 in a matter of 15 minutes. I know it sounds crazy, right? But our students are doing it daily. I'm doing it daily. And without stress, no overtime, no waiting weeks for a paycheck. When you're done, you're done. You can be done for the day. Hell, you can be done for the month. This is true financial freedom. Now, as a provider, assuming that you're listening to this because you're in the same stage of life I am or getting there, as a provider, you've worked hard to build security for your family. But real security doesn't come from a paycheck. How do I know that? Because I've never seen one actually be secure. It comes from owning a skill that allows you to generate income no matter where you are and no matter what the economy is doing. I came from oil and gas. It was a up and down ride all the time. That's the economy. People got picked up and laid off according to the price of oil. Traditional jobs limit your freedom. Tying your financial future to someone else's decisions. But when you know how to trade, your income is unlimited, flexible, and completely under your control. This isn't a side hustle, by the way. This isn't some network marketing, MLM, selling Tupperware, selling pills, potions, and lotions and herbs. It's not a business that you have to even manage. It's the skill that wealthy individuals have used for decades to build and maintain generational wealth. And SWAT trade goes deeper than just trading, by the way. Once you make it, you have to know how to keep it. And now through SWAT trade, you have the opportunity to do this also. We were not educated in the educational system presented to us in the United States by the Department of Education. Thank God that's going away. We were not educated to make ourselves wealthy. We were educated, I'm going to put it bluntly, to become a slave race where our income looks like quote unquote freedom. Study hard so you get a good what? A good job. Isn't that right? Work hard so you can get a good job. What do they teach you in school? I'm not going to get into that too deeply right now, but what do they teach you in school? They teach you how to memorize bullshit. They don't teach you how to think. They tell you what to think and how good you are at memorizing the lies they've decided to come up with and call it history. That's over. For you, it's over for your family. The choices you make today don't just affect you. They shape the future of your family. By mastering the one skill that the world's wealthiest individuals use to stay free, you're not just building financial independence for yourself. You're creating a legacy of wealth and knowledge that can be passed down for generations. Now, imagine teaching your children or your grandchildren a skill that gives them freedom for life. Life. Just like I teach my kids. Imagine breaking the cycle of financial struggle in your family forever. That means you have to become a different person. You have to put down the cynicism, which you think is possible. Because I'm not limited by what you think is possible. Neither are any of my students. Neither is anyone else that I'm surrounded by. Neither are my kids. Because people that are doing it don't give a flying fuck about whether you think they can or not, or whether or not you think it's fucking real. And when you tell your family about this, those pikers that you call brothers and sisters and cousins, and they poo poo all over your deal, they say, oh, that's bullshit. Nobody can do this. Nobody can do that. Fuck them. It's not for them. This isn't for them. They're stupid. They don't get it, and they won't. You have the ability to dictate your future. You don't even need to bring them up anymore. Don't tell them how you're doing. Because if you make a bad trade and you tell them about it, they say, oh, I told you it's bullshit, didn't work. Nobody can make $10,000 in a day. Yes, they can. They can. And we do. What you need to understand is that for far too long, you've traded your time for money, working for a paycheck that barely scratches the surface of what you used to consider your dreams. But now you have a choice. You can continue on the same path, or you can claim your financial freedom, your time freedom, your location freedom starting today. SWAT Trade provides you with the education, the mentorship, and a proven system to make this happen. You don't need a special degree. I don't care if you ever or never went to college. You don't need any business experience. You don't have to have a nest egg or a bunch of savings that you're going to put at risk. Just a step-by-step roadmap to trading success, designed to help beginners become profitable traders in record time. The opportunity is here. The question is, are you man enough to take it? Do you have it within you to become the person that you need to become to be successful at this? Because I'm going to be 100% straight up with you. The mechanics are not the hard part. Knowing what the market's going to do and when it's going to do it is not the hard part. The hard part is you being able to take advantage of it. The hard part is having the guts to pull the trigger. The hard part is not panicking if it goes in the wrong direction. The hard part is your emotional state. The hard part is the psychology, what we call psychology of trading. The hard part is flexing enough masculine stoicism to keep it together when trades are going poorly and when they're going well. That's the hard part. Here at the Alpha Vault, we're not just talking about what trading is or what SWAT trade does. Part of what I need to do for you is to make sure you understand the opportunity of trading in general. Whether you ever join SWAT Trade and join our amazing community or not, or fully understand what all of my students know, or not. It doesn't require that you know SWAT trade. SWAT trade is just, a faster way to get there. Because I can't tell you how many people have spent thousands of dollars on learning how to trade from somewhere else and they thought they were, and it's still not profitable. When they come to me, they become profitable in a few weeks because they've never seen this kind of trading before. They've never seen what we teach before. But you don't have to join us to be profitable. Of course not. There's lots of ways, and you can spend as much time as you want learning how to trade. What I want you to understand is not only is your time now, but I want you to understand that it doesn't matter how long it freaking takes. If it takes you 3 weeks, more power to you. Congratulations, you're a genius. If it takes you 3 years, I want you to ask yourself, let's say you work at this for 3 years before you become consistently profitable. Is the skill that you've acquired over that time still worth it? Being able to open up your laptop, log in, pull money out of the internet, out of the ether, request your check, and have it ACH to your account in 24 hours. And you did all that within 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes. Is that skill still viable? Is it still worth it? It took you 3 years to learn it. Is it still worth it? The answer to that is yes. If it takes you 3 years to learn how to wake up, log in, make a couple of $1,000s, and log out, do that consistently every single day, then go to the beach or whatever else you want to do, is it worth it for you? Absolutely, it's freaking worth it. Even if you have to eat shit from your cousins and your dumbass brother-in-law for 3 years, is it worth it? Let me tell you something that professional people and successful people are never going to do. They're never going to shit on you for trying, for losing a trade. We've all been there losing trades. I guarantee you, you're not a trader if you aren't losing trades. And sometimes it sucks, but suck it up. Get over it. Get back in the freaking saddle. If you go ask successful traders, hey man, you think I should start learning how to trade? What do you think they're going to tell you? No, it's not for you. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to say, you're fucking right, you need to learn how to trade. What took you so long? Get your ass in here. Let's go. That's what successful people are going to tell you, not your stupid brother-in-law. Not Henry that works in the cubicle, 2 cubicles down, addicted to his freaking stapler with the freaking food in the fridge and shit. Fuck Henry. Got his name on every damn thing. Who took my orange juice? You really want to put up with that shit? Good God. Took my orange juice. You really want to put up with that shit? Good God. I can't imagine it, man. I can't imagine how people do it. Get your ass in here. Let's go. Let's go, man. Make it freaking happen. You have no risk. Learning a skill, you're already at risk, my brother. You're already at risk. You're at risk of losing your 401k. You're at risk of everything going to shit as soon as you lose a job because of someone else's decision. You're at risk of losing your home. You're at risk of losing your family because let me tell you something, man. Most women don't hang around if men can't provide. It takes very, very good women to do that. Like a very, very good woman. Very traditional, good woman. Because it wasn't always easy for me. It's not easy for me. It didn't come to me naturally, or not as naturally as it comes to others. I had to work at it. And I took what worked for me and put it into a box to teach to you. I wish somebody had done that for me. I packaged it up with a freaking ribbon on it. I teach you how to do this in weeks, not years. I take what works every single time and I packaged it for you. That's what this is. I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom. I'm giving you a total shortcut. The best part is that if you go through our free program, you get to see it for free. All you have to do is sign up on our website and you get a free 5-part video series that tells you exactly what we do and how we do it. You know, why am I so adamant about this? I'm adamant about this because I know how it freed me up. I know the struggle. I know what it's like to have a 9 to 5 working for someone else in a career that I was actually really good at, but I didn't have the freedom that I want. And once I tasted the freedom, I never looked back. And people look at me like I was born on Mars. People that used to know me look at me like, what in the hell happened to that guy? I had to change what I expected of myself. And I became unrecognizable. Most people look at me and say, hey, that guy's got long hair. Well, I have long hair now. 2 years ago in Puerto Rico, I got a bad haircut. And I decided, you know what? Why the hell am I getting my haircut all the time? Because it was socially acceptable for everyone else. That's why. And I decided that I'm not going to get a haircut until long hair pisses me off enough to cut it. That just hasn't happened yet. It's getting there, but it just hasn't happened yet. Because people used to tell me that I needed to get a haircut. So I'd go to sales meetings and impress someone else that I didn't even freaking like, you know, so I could go through this lifestyle of fake bullshit, pretending that they're good people, or that I wanted to spend more time with them. Try not to make it about business, but it was all about business and oil and gas. And what we're doing here is showing you how to obtain the kind of freedom that we enjoy. That's only the best thing you can do. The type of freedom we enjoy comes from learning the skills. Learning the skills that you need to learn, both mechanically and psychologically, to become the person that enables you to make those 10, 20,000 dollar trades or more. That takes repetition. It takes a skill and it takes repetition. And you can do it. I'm on an account right now doing a trade. I started a competition account because I like to do these every once in a while. This is my first day in it, and I made 6% on the account value today. I had some other things that I was doing. This is just a fun thing. I get like 6 free months on TradingView or something like that if I rank high enough, and which is valued at around $300. So I mean, it's a good deal. But the real thing is the competition, and I made 6% in one day, making two trades. 6%. And if I wasn't smoking pork butt in there and enjoying my time with my family in this gorgeous day outside, it's like 65 degrees outside here in the mountains right now. If I wasn't doing all that on a Wednesday, I'd have made a lot more money. Let's see what, let's see if it actually hit TP. Oh yeah. So it went exactly where it was supposed to go. I would have made probably another 10 grand or so. So instead of 15,000 on this 250K account, I would have made maybe probably about 25,000. So I'd probably have around 10% today. 10% is what they tell you that you should expect in a year, or 8% is the S&P average. I didn't risk my own money for that. I didn't risk anything for that. That's what's possible. That's on a $250 account. Our firm will give you up to $750,000. That's one day. One day of trading. I tell you, has it changed me? Yeah. Yeah, it's changed me. You're fucking right. It's changed me. You're fucking right. I don't worry about shit anymore. You're fucking right. I don't worry about shit anymore. I am free. Damn it. I know I swear too much for a Christian man, but I am adamant about this. The people that I hang out with have changed because they've leveled me up. I got snobbier. It's not that. It's that I now hang out with people that hold me accountable for being the type of man that I want to be, the type of provider that I want to be, the type of husband that I want to be. That's who I hang out with. I listen to better music than I used to. Sure, I still listen to country music and all the stuff that I love, but I also listen to a lot of classical music because it's better for me. It inspires greatness. It inspires beauty. Beauty inspires greatness in me. I'm surrounded by beauty. From my wife, my children, the music that they love and listen to, which is also the same music that we listen to because we don't listen to hip hop or pop music or Beyonce or Taylor Swift or any of that trash. We homeschool the kids and we make sure that they are raised in a way consistent with our morals and values. We go on vacation whenever we feel. Because again, our children are homeschooled. We can we read. We read together. We pray together. And my son is 10 and he's interested in all the entrepreneurship books and books on leadership and books on finance and economics. He's 10 years old. He's devouring Rich Dad, Poor Dad. They've read all the Connor Boyack stuff, all the Tuttle Twin stuff, hyperinflation devastation. Their history book comes from there. They learn about American history. They're interested in what's going on in our nation. They know how to shoot rifles at long distances. It's important. Oh, by the way, and of course, he's learning how to trade. My 10-year-old son. My 12-year-old daughter is also, oh, she's about to be 13, is also learning how to trade. This is what they desire, by the way. This wasn't forced on them. This is what they want. And this is what is important to them. You have the same opportunity to change the way things are in your life. This is by freaking design. All by design. My dad used to tell me, son, you have the balls of a bull elephant. You got 4 kids and you don't have a job. Nope, no job. Does that mean everything's always been great? No. What it means is that I've always been able to rely on myself. And that comes with ups and downs when you're learning. So if you have a job, don't quit it to learn how to trade. Keep it. But if you don't have a job, you better start learning how to trade. This is something that you can do if you have the right mindset to do it. If you're an excuse maker, don't even try. If you're the guy that bitches and complains on the golf course whenever you have a bad stroke, you better clean that shit up before you even start trading. If you blame others, you're not going to learn this very well. If you're a complainer, you're not going to learn this very well. It always stems back. Trading is something that always stems back to the person that you are. It will reveal to you who you are as a man, more so than anything else you've ever done. You will have a revelation. And I can't speak for women because I mean I have a lot of women students, by the way, and our the women traders are equally as good as men. There's nothing about gender here. If anything, I would say that the women, as far as their skill level is concerned, is probably they're probably a little bit better than men. And the reason I say that is because they don't have an ego. Men have to discipline their ego, and women just don't really have it. Men don't want to see the red mark on their ledger where there's been a bunch of green wins. They don't want to see that red mark on there, so they'll hold that trade longer than they should, and they'll blow their account. Or they won't put on a stop loss. They'll take off their stop loss. They'll forget about risk management in hopes that the trade turns around. Women don't do that. Most women don't. That's the biggest difference that I see. We have it's I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's not gender specific. I speak from a man's perspective because that's what I am. But we do have some wonderful um, women that are involved here, and they make excellent traders. But speaking from a man's perspective, as a key provider, this is something that I find to be mandatory for men. We're expected to get up and do something every day that brings in revenue. This is just as good as anything else or better. If you need to go to an office, you go to an office. But do this. Provide this freedom for your family. You think I don't have distractions? Every place I've lived has been a giant distraction with 4 kids in the house. Of course I have distractions. But I don't let the distractions dictate whether or not I can do this. I control the distractions because I control my mind. That wasn't easy to begin with either. I came by that pretty hard, pretty hard. The distractions or allowing myself to become distracted was a difficult part for me personally of trading because that was with 4 children that are homeschooled. It's not the easiest, you know. In Puerto Rico, in the kids would go to school, and my wife would take the 2 younger ones to because we didn't homeschool them in Puerto Rico. We did it first, but then the older kids wanted to go to school, so we have a there's a private school in called Palmas Academy in Palmas Del Mar, and so we sent them there, which they did not enjoy because it was way too secular, and it's like basically like a public school that you got to pay 8 grand a year for per kid, um, and so they prefer to be homeschooled now. But even then, my view was too beautiful. It's like it was like, man, I would hurry up or I would get distracted from what I was supposed to be doing because the view is just amazing. I just wanted to go out to the golf course. I wanted to go out fishing or do something else, go to the beach, and that's a beautiful thing because living in Puerto Rico, you can do that. Literally it's like you're retired. It's like you're retired living that lifestyle. So if you learn to trade, when you learn to trade, be somewhere where you have other things to do because TV is not your friend. Have other irons in the fire. Have other irons in the fire that are going to keep you busy. And surround yourself with other people that have irons in the fire. People that have ambition. People that have things that they want to accomplish. It's part of the reason that I moved to our community in Puerto Rico. Surrounded by successful entrepreneurial spirit. Beautiful, beautiful way to live. And everywhere we've gone since then, we've had the same thing. I find it to be incredibly important, which is why we created our community at SWAT Trade, for everybody to be able to participate in that, even across state lines or across borders. You know, this is something that is very, very valuable and should not be underestimated by any stretch of the imagination. Having that community and those relationships to build upon. to support you, to hold you accountable. It's important at work, it's important in church, and it's important outside of all that. I think that, not trying to beat this to death, but I think what most men really want and need is the ability to feel like we're in control. And if we feel like we're in control, that's the only time when we can be happy. I'm not talking about control freak syndrome. I'm not talking about anything other than being able to be in control of your time and your money and having something to look forward to, developing something to look forward to, something that's important to you and your family. With that, I'm going to sign off and I'm going to say, God bless you. And I'm going to say that I really hope, if you're not already a trader, that you learn how to do this. In future episodes, we'll talk about what to do with your money and how to change your mindset and stuff like that to think properly about it. But for right now, at the Alpha Vault, it's Jeff Sokol signing off. Love you. Keep trading. Take care. Bye bye.